particular thing, he is, and that's also a government conspiracy. But going back, Christ mastering the Satan is talking about throwing off of the physical body. You see, these are metaphysical terminologies. The god Heru or Horus predates Jesus by 10,000 years. Heru in Gnosticism is called Jehu, J-E-H-U, Jehu, a Jehu. So if you go to 2 Kings, in the Bible they say that Elijah will anoint Jehu, J-E-H-U, king of all Israel. It's right in there. That's called Heru. Right in the Bible. Isaiah 45 says, I will give you the treasures of darkness. Well, how can treasures be dark? What are they talking about? The treasures of darkness is melanin. Melanin is the treasures of darkness. I used to read this particular thing in one of my lectures a couple of years ago. See if I can find this thing. Let's see. Work for this disorganized power stuff in the chaos sphere. And I used to read this thing in my lectures years ago. And got a couple other things I want to deal with also too in a few minutes. I used to read these things where it talked about it talked about we'll pull that out. I'm gonna pull a couple things. Y'all all right? Yeah. Yeah. I want to get to the bottom of some of this stuff here. You see what I'm saying? Some of the bottom of some of this, so you can understand that in actuality, the only person that's coming for you is your own damn self. If you don't get that, you see, that's what this whole concept is. And the white law understands, as long as you're taking your energy and putting it on another deity, other than yourself, he don't fear you. You see what I'm saying? He don't fear you. And, you know, let's see what the few other things. But let me see what it is. 1 minute. And what this thing is talking about here, to the melanin aspect of this. Yeah, let's see, ultimate mystery. Bear with me 1 minute. Yeah, human beings cannot only, but must be born again and led back into the primal material. Whenever you hear the word primal material, that's melanin. That's an alchemical thing called primal material, and that's called that's melanin. Anytime you hear that word, the primal material, or out of which came forth according to his astral nature. That's melanin. Before the Son of Man could be exalted, he must be humbled. And before he can ascend to heaven, he must walk 3 days in hell, through hell. It is the condition of the alchemical blackness, which is melanin, whose central darkness, as replied, though extends over 3 days and nights, and even through total darkness, lasts for 40 days. Even Jesus remained 40 days in his resurrection before he ascended into heaven. Therefore, you must walk through the gate of darkness if you want to win the light of paradise and light. So the gate of darkness, yea, do I walk through the valley of the shadow of death. Anytime you hear the word shadow, that means melanin. So they say you must walk through the gate of darkness before you ascend. So what they mean here is the ascension takes place with the melanin aspect. With the melanin aspect. So when they say, I will give you the treasures of darkness in Isaiah 45, that's what they're talking about. That's what they're talking about here. It also says in Revelation that the ones that were supposed to be risen up or raised up are those who were slain before the foundation of the earth. Well, who was slain? Well, the story goes, who was slain before the foundation of the earth? Wasn't it Satan cast and bound, or the Titan slain in one story before the foundation of the earth? So they said that the ones that are supposed to rise up are the ones that were slain before the foundation of the earth. You see what I'm saying? So that's talking about us. many words, are you on there? Or you good to go? Okay, you doing your thing, okay. So in so many words, what that means is, as the vibratory rate slowed down, we took on these physical bodies. And as a result, we started thinking that these physical bodies was us. That's the whole matrix thing. So there were those who were slain by the foundation of the earth. That was us, who was advanced beings and took on a physical body and started thinking that the physical body was us, and as a result, our souls went to sleep or died. Now, so Jesus died to save us all. This is a great mystery that needs to be broken. Because he died for your sins. Well, goddamn it, I might as well go out here and get my fucking freak on. That's a contradiction. He died for your sins. You know, they say because God was going to kill the whole earth, right? That wouldn't have been a bad idea. Being that ever since Christianity been in thing, we've been fucking suffering. Now, what's the whole deal? Jesus died to save, Jesus died on the cross. What does that mean? When we fell into the physical realm, we died when we fell into the physical body. Well, no, Jesus died on the cross. If you take your hands and do this and put them out like this, that's the cross. Jesus died on the cross as the soul dying or falling asleep in the physical body. That's the great mystery. But when did we die on the physical cross? On the cross. We died on the cross when we first came into physical existence. Before the foundation of the earth. And we were born into sin. The word sin also means restriction, a restricted physical body. The physical body is that which is sin, which is no different than skin. The origin of skin and the origin of sin comes from the word skin. The word hell comes from the word shell, a shield or shell. And this is the physical shell, which is the hell. You see, these are mysteries and all. So Jesus died to save us all. When your soul fell into the physical, you died. Well, what souls fell into the physical? What souls was cast out of heaven and fell into the physical? Was it Satan? The word Satan comes from the word Seton. It also comes from the word Titan, which is Titans were turned into men. So this is the connection. In the book Alexander Hislop's book, The Two Babylons, Alexander Hislop's books, The Two Babylons, they talk about Titan, Satan. And 666 means Titan, Satan, which means man, because the Titans were turned into men. You see what I'm saying? So these are the mysteries on how you can't break the damn code, because you are looking at the moralistic aspect that is used to teach the people how to behave, and not necessarily the esoteric aspect of those particular things. You see what I'm saying? So the physical body is the cross. They say bury your own cross. Well, goddamn it, you bury your own cross when you gotta eat and shit and piss and all other things you gotta do to keep this shit going. That's what burying your own cross is. You see what I'm saying? So the human dwellers, as it says in Alvin Boyd Hume's book, the pit of hell, the fiery furnace, and the pit of hell, and the human dwellers of hell, the dwellers of hell are nothing but we humans on earth. It also say we scurrying mortals that is talked about in the ancient scriptures of the dead, the death, and all of that type of stuff are nothing but us humans. We are the dead. We humans are the dead. Osiris died in the mummy. The mummy is the physical body. You see, these are esoteric things we need to put on the tape to go through these things so people can understand. The Red Sea is your blood vessels. If you turn your back over and they strip the... You ever see the anatomy picture where they take the skin off the back and you see the blood vessels coming into the spinal column? Well, the Red Sea is your blood vessels. Moses parted the Red Sea. The staff of Tahuti is the spinal column you see in the medical association. Moses, the staff of Moses was the staff of Tahuti, which is later on the medical association symbol. And so Moses parted the Red Sea. The spinal column, a spinal column has a fiery energy that rises up the spinal column called a serpentine fire. And it parts the And the jewels are the jewels which were in bondage. Your jewels in the lower gastrointestinal tract, in your anus, in your root chakra, is where the soul is. Your soul is a little particle of light in the lower gastrointestinal tract. This book here, which is a book, they fought hard. This guy had 9. Huh? No, it's more than the solar. Solar plexus up here. The soul is down here in the lower gastrointestinal tract, in your root chakra. That's your spleen chakra in something. It's in your root chakra. In the gastrointestinal tract is where your soul is. Your soul, you hear Jesus born in a manger. A manger is full of shit, dung. That means that your soul is down in the lower abdomen. Here's a book that was, they fought a guy named Kenneth Grant they've been dealing with for years. They fought hard to keep a lot of his works up. He's looking in America and wrote this book called Polarity. R-H-W-H Mueller. W-H Mueller. M-U-L-L-E-R. He had a slick in this book called Polarity, which is probably, it's a study in itself. So this book here is probably one of the baddest books on the planet, because these white boys fought hard to shut down his work, and he had to sneak in another pen name and sneak into Albuquerque, New Mexico, and do W.H. Mueller, M-U-L-L-E-R, and the book is called Polarity, A Gift of the White Stone. And in here, it talks about the lower abdomen is where the soul is. The seed is in the lower abdomen. That's where your soul is. Jesus, so you have Satan is in hell, which is torturous, or trapped in hell. So now, your soul is trapped down in your lower gastrointestinal tract. And when it rises up spiritually, it parts the Red Sea, your blood vessels, because it rises up with the Kundalini energy. Moses parted the Red Sea and rises up to your first eye, your third eye, or your first eye called the pineal gland. So the jewels are the Jews, which is the jewels, which is just talking about your souls being trapped in bondage in the lower abdomen. Rises up through the Kundalini energy to the pineal gland, and when it comes to the pineal gland, that's the promised land called Heru, which is the Christ, Egyptian Christ, Heru Salam, Horus in peace. Salam, also you get the word mausoleum, which is a house. You get the word Jerusalem, Jerusalem. So Jerusalem is Jerusalem, which is the pineal gland. That's where Jerusalem is. That's the promised land. Y'all getting this? So Jerusalem, Horus in peace. The Christ in peace. When your soul rises up to the pineal gland, you become illuminated. And you are in peace. So you are trapped in hell, or you are trapped in bondage. And Moses parted the Red Sea, which is your Kundalini energy rising up, and freeing the jewels of the Jews into Jerusalem. This is a story of your soul rising to another level. You see? Now, so Moses lifts up serpents in the wilderness. That's in the Bible. Moses lifted up the serpent in the wilderness. That's the Kundalini energy, because the staff of Moses is the staff of Tahuti. None of these people were historical people. Moses, you get Abraham and all those motherfuckers. That was never historical. Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. These are different aspects of the human body. The word Abraham, you go to India, you get the word Brahma. You go to India and you go to Egypt, you get the word Amun-Ra. Now take them goddamn 3 words, Abraham, Brahma, and Amun-Ra, and descramble them shits. And you get the same damn thing. The great Father, God. So the children of Abraham. You see what I'm saying? These are not historical people. Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Jacob and Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob is 2 components of the same thing. Jacob and Osiris is the same thing. Jacob's ladder. The Kundalini energy is Jacob's ladder. And Jacob wrestled with the angel all night pineal, which is Horus, the Christ. The Christ is called the Great Face. Or Horus, the hero, is called the Great Face. So Jacob wrestled with the angel all night. The angel of what? Death. Melanin. Melanin. Melanin is a dark substance that is something that was left behind when the Titans died. We died when we used to be these gods used to rule the universe. When we died, we were burnt to ashes. The ashes that was left behind is melanin. So when you hear the angel of the shadow of death or the angel of death is melanin, a pre-creation substance. So Jacob wrestled with the angel of death, and when he rose till daybreak, that means some light was coming on. And at daybreak, he saw the face of God, which was what? Pineal. So this is the process of the soul going through the darkness of the valley of the shadow of death. Where's the valley of the shadow of death? The valley is also the Kundalini spinal column, and a valley is where you rise up. I shall feel no evil. Because the Kundalini and all the melanin is throughout the whole what? Central nervous system. You see, central nervous system. But they got you stuck in religion, not you. You still worrying about there were certain things for Sunday school, and then when you get to a certain level, you're supposed to graduate to another level. But we're grown people still in Sunday school. So we're not telling you to throw out your Bible or your Quran or any other thing, because you'll throw out the baby with the bathwater. We're trying to tell you here to grow up and find the real story. I can go through the same goddamn Bible and teach you the same shit on the esoteric level. You see what I'm saying? Now what you gonna do now? You're teaching the Bible. So you can't fuck around and say, well, that nigga there dealing with some other shit, and I believe in the Bible. I'm a Christian. Well, what you gonna do now? Because I'm rolling the damn Christian shit on you. You fucked now. You fucked. So now I'm going right through your shit and showing you the esoteric value. But we never grew up because why? We got the children teaching us. The damn white man is the last motherfucker come on the earth. And the only way he can get this particular information is he had to learn how to behave. So they say, this is a savage that don't know how to behave. So they had to incorporate moral behavior into actual teaching. But that wasn't meant for us. Why they said he had to learn how to behave? Look what that motherfucker did with the Bible. Can you imagine if he didn't have a moral code? We'd all be dead. You see what I'm saying? If this motherfucker gave us all his hell with the Bible, you see what I'm saying? But that was meant for him. That was meant for the savage Arab. You see what I'm saying? So that's a story. So the body of Jacob's ladder, that's the physical body, or that's the Kundalini energy. Solomon. You get Solomon, you get Osiris, and Amun-Ra. One of the all three the same thing. Solomon wasn't no real person. Solomon's the wisest man that ever lived. You know, they got grown-ass motherfucking people quoting this dumb shit. We got knowledge that we can't even recover no fucking more. Knowledge is lost, but one motherfucking man that came after the damn knowledge was invented with the Christians came late, and he's the wisest man ever lived. Solomon is Osiris. You know, there's stories of Solomon. Solomon is the judgments of Solomon, the kingdom of Solomon. There's the judgments of Osiris, the kingdom of Osiris. You just taking, it's the same story retold throughout history. You see. But all of a sudden we got this exclusive shit. These people are more holy than the Egyptians or any other African that ever lived. Okay? So Solomon, the temple of Solomon. The temple of Solomon is the temple of Osiris, and Osiris is the god of the perfect black. So the temple of Solomon is the physical body. The black body. Well, the master mason builds the temple of Solomon. Well, who is the master mason? The only person that can have a damn temple is a goddamn woman, who is the only master mason. You see what I'm saying? Who is the only master mason? You see what I'm saying? How many masons up in here? Any masons up in here? Anybody ever in the Masonic order? Nobody, you see. So the only master mason is the black woman. You see what I'm saying? Who has the physical body. You see what I'm saying? So that's the master mason. But Solomon's temple is the body of Osiris. You see, breaking this stuff on down. oh yeah, I'm black and comely, which is the solemn, solemn symbol. So Moses raised the serpents in the wilderness. That's the Kundalini energy. Because Moses is not a physical person. You see, Moses is not a physical person. Moses is the feminine counterpart of the Kundalini energy in you that frees the souls from bondage. And frees the souls from bondage and stuff. But you got crackers down in Mississippi picking up rattlesnakes and getting bit and shit. You seen that shit on TV? Picking up damn rattlesnakes. Got a pit full of rattlesnakes. Moses raised up the serpent, so you must raise up the serpents as a testament of your faith. And it's talking about the Kundalini energy inside of you, which is a feminine energy, which leads us to the other aspect of things, which is the feminine energy is this here. The feminine energy is, if the Kundalini energy is inside of us, is the feminine energy. Then that means there's really no such thing as male. Because the energy inside, that's why the black man is chastised and a victim of sexism like the black woman. He's the only male that's a victim of sexism because when the white man looks at him, he feels inferior based on your sexuality. You see what I'm saying? We're the only people on the earth that is chastised based on sexism, the black male, because of the inferiority of xenophobia of the white man. You see what I'm saying? So the Kundalini energy in us is a feminine energy. But guess what? Guess what Satan is that you all scared about? Satan is nothing but the Kundalini energy. The whole concept of the serpent, the fire, everything that is attributed to the devil is the Kundalini energy inside of us, which is also the sexual energy. Very key. The Shakti power. That's the reason why they don't want you listening to no songs. That's the reason why they got your man marrying a white woman. You see what I'm saying? And trying to get you to marry the white man. That's the reason why that type of thing, because they're trying to keep the sexual energy down on the planet, which is the Kundalini energy, which is the heaven's gate. We'll go into that in a few minutes we'll go back in that in a few minutes. I want to get some more of these things, just to go through this thing again. Y'all all right? Yeah. All right, okay. Our God is an all-consuming fire. Here it goes again, the Kundalini energy. But the Kundalini energy is in you. So it ain't like you're going to be judged, you the motherfucker going to judge. In the book of Enoch, they say, the one that's ruling the planet that is the doggone intruder. What's an intruder? An intruder is a person that wasn't there in the beginning and now is intruding and masquerading as being human. A human artificial. They say the intruder will be annihilated, but they say they're going to turn the wicked over to the elect. In the Ethiopian book of Enoch, they say that the elect is you. You the motherfucker going to kill the people on the planet. Not somebody from the outside. That's why they fear you. They don't fear nothing out in space. They're trying to hold you down. Because your energy is the one that's going to do the judgment. You see, that's in the book of Enoch. They say the book of Enoch, they say we're going to turn the wicked over to the elect. You are the elect. And they say you're going to be the judge. That's why you sitting up here waiting on somebody to judge, and you're the only judge there is. You're the one that's going to be the killers. That's why your children are already stuck in that goddamn pattern now. You see what I'm saying? On one aspect, there's some crazy shit that's going on, them killing each other or whatever, that's some government and do stuff. But then again, on the other hand, they couldn't have done it if that damn generation was a no-nonsense generation. See what I'm saying? And you can tell, based on the audacity of the 1- and 2-year-olds, you be like, God damn, these motherfuckers is thinking of shit that I didn't think about until I was 20. These motherfuckers got this shit at 1 and 2. That's because that's a new spirit. They say a new spirit I will put into you. Now the kids are coming back. They're actually grown people. That's why you should They said if you can learn, you can have them teach you some shit. To give you an example, I got a little boy. My brother has a little boy that was born in 1997, so he's about 5 now. This little boy is one of them 6th sense children. He's real spiritual. And my brother was sitting there playing the damn Fantasy 5. That's like that 5-digit number. That's like $100,000 or something. What is it? 500,000. You got a lottery up here, don't you? Yeah. That 5-digit.
You got the Powerball.
Huh?
You got the Powerball.
Yeah, the cash 5. What is that though? How much you get for that shit?
A lot of money. It depends.
About 100,000 or something. Anyway, it's about 100,000 bucks if you hit all the numbers. So he's gonna tell a little baby. I think he was 2 at the time, or 3. He said, pick the number. Pick out 5 numbers. The little boy went and drew out 5 little numbers. And he was playing every night. This time he didn't get up to go play, and the damn Fantasy 5 came on. And he watched all 5 fucking numbers drop and start crying like a baby. Start crying. You see what I'm saying? So we're talking about entities. We're talking about children now that are doing things that facetious, condescending. I've seen some little girls, and I look around, and little girls run in the damn household, and they're like 2 and 3. I'm like, this motherfucker run in the house. You see what I'm saying? So you got some. So obviously, it's another kind of entity that's coming back in these damn children. They say and do things. You see what I'm saying? That you didn't do when you was grown. And we're not talking about a child that's like in his 8 and 9 that's done got grown like that. We're talking about infants down here. You see what I'm saying? Just patronizing your ass. You see that kind of thing here. So that kind of thing here. So we talk about a return of the ancient one, and that's what they talk about in the book of Enoch by R.H. Charles' book, Ethiopian Book of Enoch, and they talk about they're going to turn these people over to us to be destroyed. Okay, let's see a couple other things here. So with the exodus from bondage into freedom or into Jerusalem, that's the exodus of the souls coming from a mentor, which is, number 1, that is the earth, and number 2, that's the deepest part of the subconscious mind and the lowest part of the body, which is your soul is trapped into, here it goes again, the lower aspects of the actual body. And now, so also in bondage, hell is also the root chakra also. Now, you even get this thing, go down to the depths of the ravenous dragon and recover the pearl that resides there. Then here goes again. The ravenous dragon is in the physiological aspect. That's your intestines, the dragon. The pearl is your soul is up under the intestines. These are also things you see also in the what you call it, the son of man in the west. Here goes again. I start off at the beginning of the lecture. They talk about the sun starting in the east or something. The son of man will rise up in the west or something in the Bible. The son of man is the son in man, and they're talking about the ones in the west, as they talk about also in the Hermetic text when they talk about it's a group of people in the west. Well, you say, well, how do we know it's you? How do we know it's us? Well, the only thing you got to understand here is, who else can it be? Nobody else from the Africans can be because they are not privy to the knowledge. You see what I'm saying? The Caribbean, well, hell, they're all mixed in with us, especially up north. So you're still talking about the people in the West, and you're talking about the people here in America. And why? Because we are the ones going through the knowledge and the information in the last days. Other people, including our people, are just trying to get along with the white man. You see what I'm saying? So we know that it's us, and it's not us in the future. It ain't your children, it's you. Otherwise, it would have came to your damn children. And we understand that this knowledge is dwindled down to just us folks. So the masses are not getting it. And it's not secured enough other than us to get it. That means this shit is going down now. And because they marching in, which you're going to get into in a minute, this war and all this stuff is going on now. They blew up the World Trade Center and all that stuff now. The doggone government. All that stuff is going down now. They're trying to get the interferon also to save themselves from the spiritual attack that we get ready to put on them now. You see what I'm saying? Now. That's what this thing is about. So the Son of Man in the West, that is us. Lucifer, the light bringer. Lucifer, just light bringer, this means the pineal gland. The pineal gland. Lucifer and Jesus was in the Bible equal until the Conference of Nicaea. They had to take the word Lucifer out to like 2 times. To get rid of that, because you would understand that Lucifer and Jesus is the same. Or they say Lucifer rose just like rose as the morning star.
Yes, yes.
But in Revelation, Jesus said, I'm the morning star.
Exactly. Yes.
It's the same, polarities are the same thing. That's what this book is talking about, polarity. Satan represents melanin, the dark side of the soul. Jesus represents the yin and the yang. Jesus represents the light from melanin. It's all composites of the same coin. It's called Janus, a dual-headed figure. You'll see 2 double eagles in the Masonic thing and all. That's a symbol of the Christ. Satan and Lucifer's one in the damn thing. You flip the coin. But if you see in the dark, if you see the yin and yang symbol in the dark side, you'll see a little piece of light. But on the light side, you see a little piece of darkness. It's one and the same. 2 polarities of the same half. Battling for supremacy. That which is in the dark will come to the light. The only way light can be produced is through the dark. Light cannot produce light. Light can only burn out. The light that burns the bright burns the least. That which is light. So they say the kingdom of light. So that means that there shouldn't be no kingdom of heaven. But they say here in the Bible, Jesus is supposed to found the kingdom. So where the fuck are you going when you die? If Jesus is supposed to come to find the kingdom, which is not but your soul, there can't be no kingdom out there. But any light that you have is on its way out. That means that the only thing that can produce light is what? Darkness. That's why your soul is in darkness. You see? The metaphysical aspect. That's the only way you can produce light. So that's why when they blew up the World Trade Center, they said, stay away from the dark side. Now what the fuck does the dark side have to do with the damn World Trade Center? And why the hell all the people got down giving blood and going to the preachers? When they ain't had a motherfucker living after Wednesday. Now I got trapped up there in that shit, and one of the sisters that was the sister Kimberly was one of my chief psychics. I had to go out to Long Island so we could spoil our ass out of New York. Because they was looking for me to get out of New York. Her sister was a nurse. And her sister came home. I said, man, you're going to be busy as hell tomorrow when you get up there. Because I went to Long Island the night it happened. She said, yeah, man, you might not see me for 2 weeks. Shit, she came back the next day. This was Wednesday, because it happened on Tuesday. She came back on Wednesday. I said, what you doing home? She came back early. She said, ain't nobody's there. Ain't got nobody's coming in to the hospital. All the people was dead. But yet they had people give blood all over the country. For what? For what? They didn't have a motherfucker who survived that shit. And they say, give blood, and they say, stay away from the dark side. The hell? What the dark side got to do with this? You see what I'm saying? Because the dark side is the new frontier. That's where the shit is coming from. Jesus rose up from, he had to go into hell. He descended into hell. But though Jesus rose up, to rise, you have to be down. In the definition of the word rise, you got to be down. You see what I'm saying? You see. So you have to be down. We'll get in that World Trade Center in a minute and stuff. We want to get through some more of these things here. Y'all all right?
Yeah.
Okay. The Lion of Judah, we know is the goddess Sekhmet in Kemet, and also the Sphinx. But the Sphinx. And the Sphinx is called what? Horus on the horizon. Harmaket. But the Sphinx is the Lion of Judah. And they say you will see what? The beast, which is the number of a man. But where's the beast? The great beast 666. The great beast sits in the middle of the earth. That's the goddamn Sphinx. The lion. That's the beast. That's the Sphinx. But the Sphinx is Horus, which is the Christ. So the beast is the Christ. What is the beast? 6 protons, 6 electrons, 6 neutrons, which is carbon, which is melanin, which is the black dot in us, which is the third eye, which is the Kundalini. All that's the beast. Carbon, melanin, 666, and Satan. Satan and melanin is Satan is an ancient hieroglyph for the word melanin, and we are the melanin carriers, the Melchizedek melanin carriers. You know, the melanin carriers, Melchizedek. Anytime you get the word male, that means black. You get the book Greek myths, because it's a Greek word. You get to and look in the back of the Robert Graves book Greek myths and look at the word male, and it's black foot, black head, black this, black that. You see what I'm saying? Black that and stuff. So anytime you get the word male, that means black. Israel, Isis, Ra, and Elohim. El and Al means Horus. Horus is also the sun, which means the son of God is Al. Israel, the Trinity, Isis, Osiris. Isis, Ra is a form of Osiris. Isis, Osiris, and Horus. Isis, Ra, and El. Israel, the Trinity. You see what I'm saying? The Trinity, which is also is also a form of the soul, the birth, the death of Osiris, and then the resurrection of the sun. All this is still talking about the doggone the soul. The burning bush. If you look at the Kabbalah, which is the Sephirah, let me get a picture of the Kabbalah. If I got a picture of the Kabbalah. The Kabbalah is the tree of life. Have you ever seen the tree of life? The Sephirahs, you'll see these, so you'll know what it is the next time you see it. It got one in here. This is the Kabbalah for the people. This is the Kabbalah, which is the tree of life. And the burning bush is these Sephirahs, and this is all inside of us. The burning bush is the physical body, and the temple inside of the physical body is these wheels of life, the chakras, and all of those things, which is inside of us. So Moses spoke to the burning bush. You see, the burning bush is inside of you. All this shit is talking about your physiology and your inner workings and your inner constitution in the alchemical process of what goes on the rising of God, a rising of the God. Because if you think about it, some motherfucker up there, he's an absentee landlord. Because he let this white man do what the fuck he want to do. And good things happen to bad people all the time. And bad things happen to good people every goddamn time. Do the mathematics. You good. But it's your children 14 million in prison. As Time magazine said in October of 2000. And you all good. You out Juba, out Pope the Pope, and out Muhammad. But it's your children in prison. You see what I'm saying? It's your children in prison. It's your thing why they celebrate this Newsweek article, Black Woman rising much faster than the black man. What does this mean for work, family, and race relations? This is Beyonce, Star Jones, and a money manager, Melanie Hudson, on the cover of this Newsweek, March the 3rd. Why would they give you this? The Newsweek is not interested in the damn black man to be concerned. They're doing this as a celebration. And as also a form of mind control. Because you see this type thing here, or a lot of statues in this room, a lot of sisters see this type thing here. And the next thing they be saying is, what the fuck is wrong with the black man? America's what the fuck is wrong with the black man. And the white man who shut the motherfucker down and put his magazine together is what the fuck is wrong matter with the black man. We have an internet that makes sure these damn things happen. But if you're a dead person, you would think that something inherently and biologically wrong with the black man, when in actuality the same bug bit the black man bit you too. So we always talk about the pathology of the black male or the male thing because the last 30 years, and it was rightfully so. There's a lot of fucked up shit happening with the oppression of women in this society. You see what I'm saying? With the oppression of women in this society. But there's only one thing though. There's oppression, but if the bug bit the black man, it had to bite the black woman too. But it's just that your pathology is no different. This is one of the pathologies that faces the black woman. When she's a young person, when she's a young woman, she don't like nice guys. know what I'm saying? One brother came up to me in West He said, man, I can't get no woman, man, so. I'm the perfect gentleman. I'm saying, that's your goddamn problem, nigga. You a fucking sucker. Number one taxi cab driver. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just trying to say here, you see, it's these types of things. It's like I had a guy who was in college with me from a freshman to a senior. This cat would go to jail every semester. And this guy was mentally ill, man. He always fighting and getting in trouble. Until the last, before he's supposed to graduate, the school got tired of him and said, you're not getting nothing from here. We expel you permanently. And he went 4 years, and they said, you'll never get nothing from here. We expel you forever. So all that shit going down the drain, you couldn't get nothing. And I remember they kicked him out. Finally, they came to their system and kicked him out. And I remember the day they was taking their food, they was driving their food off the campus. They had to pry a woman from his neck. And this is one of the most deranged characters I've ever seen in a male. And this man here, I've never seen him without a female. You see what I'm saying? He's always had multiple females, and he's one of the most deranged characters I know as a bunch of. And I'm trying to say, that is the prototype of what this young sister's like. So you are trained in a social pattern of liking the motherfucker who is deranged. You see what I'm saying? And that starts at an early age. So I'm saying there's different types of pathologies. We focus on the male, but there's some other sick shit that's going on with the black female too. Or why she like a motherfucker who hates her. Right? You see what I'm saying? And whenever someone seems to be outside of that pattern, is looked on as weakness. You see what I'm saying? I'm just saying, we deal with black psychology. I just happen to know some certain things about that type of thing. Y'all all right? Yeah. Let's go on. Okay. Okay, the burning bush. The cross, again, is the body. The ark. The ark is also, the ark is several composites of the ark. But the ark is supposed to be immersed in water and driven to safety. Also, the ark also can represent your soul, which also deals with the water aspect that we get ready to get into on the metaphysical aspect in a few minutes also. So we're going to go back to that in a few minutes. It's based on the ark. The ark in a few minutes and stuff. Let's see. Also, you have the Ark of the Covenant, which is also the chest of Osiris. They built these chests of Osiris that you see in Egypt. That book, Graham Hancock's book, The Sign in the Seal, he did all the work. So they built these chests of Osiris in Kemet. And those also was also the Ark of the Covenant. It was interesting here because that was a practice that they did, and so the whole Hebrew story was something that came out of Kemet. The reason why this is some real stuff, even though they had a real ark down in Ethiopia that they went and got and stuff, and all that was down there that they had in Ethiopia, which was one of the original ones the Bible talks about. Original ones. Does anybody want to hit the brother or whatever? You know.
It's okay.
Oh, it's all right? Okay. Well, you good to go then. Okay. I just want to be sure. You see, But anyway, they had the chest of Osiris. The chest of Osiris was down in Ethiopia, and we know this thing is real because they built one in 1968 in some white boys in 1968 at the University of Chicago, and shit started thundering and lightning, and the government had to come in with army had to come in and make them tear it down. Which gives us the first form of magic that we want you to try to start with. Somebody saying you want to get on top of magic. The first type of magic that you need to start with right now, and you can do this right now, which will harness your powers, is this. Check the weather at night. You can either do it at night or when you get up in the morning. But if you really want to wreak havoc, play some games with the government, play some games with the city. Check the weather at night and wait till the next time they say it's going to be 100% rain. And 100% rain. And you ask the spirits, I'll give you the goddesses in a minute, to ask. And you ask the spirits, so you can ask your own spirit. make sure it don't rain the next day. So what I want you to do is an exercise. I want you to go in your mind. Anybody saw the movie The Mummy?
Yeah.
The movie The Mummy that came out? And you see these little black scarabs, these little black bugs, the beetles, anybody saw those?
Yeah.
I want you to go in your mind and imagine imagine a beam of light shooting up into the clouds. Then you want to take these little black beetles and have them eat up the clouds until you see sunlight. Everything you're dealing with is in your mind, creative imagination. So what we want to deal with now, we give a whole lot of magical exercise tonight, but it's going to be creative imagination. Everything you can do in your mind. And I want you to eat up those clouds and sunshine. And if you could, now I can do it whenever I wanted to. And sometimes they say it's going to be 100%, I'm seeing the TV and I'm turning by the weather and say it's going to be 100% rain tomorrow. I'll go in there and fuck up the weather and it be sunshine and then see the motherfuckers try to explain this shit. They be blowing around and it can happen. The Native Americans used to do it. The Africans used to do it. Now, what is the process? It's not no hocus pocus. In the universe that you think is out there is the holographic universe that doesn't exist. Get Michael Talbot's book, The Holographic Universe. So the universe is inside of you. But also inside of you is earth, water, fire, you see, and earth, wind, water, fire, the four elements. You see what I'm saying? So if you can harness the four elements and this stuff is inside of you, you're only affecting that out here that's also inside of here. As above, so below. As within, so without. As without, so within. As on top, so in the bottom. It's all one. So you want to start now by trying to stop the fucking weather. And watch these motherfuckers when the shit happen. They'll be just bouncing around and pretty soon they'll say, somebody fucking with the damn weather. And I have seen them go, but of course, you know, these things start to change now these days. We can't tell. I've had them break down and say, well, you know, shit is so crazy now it changes. I was fucking with them so bad. The day is an example of what I'm talking about. Today is an example of what I'm talking about. You see what I'm saying? Give you an example. Go back and check the weather either in the newspaper and see whether it's supposed to be 100% rain today. You see. But why did it rain? And I mean, it was thunder and lightning all day this morning going through. So you can affect that. So that's the first thing that you want to start with. First thing. Now, that's the first thing you want to start with is creative visualization. Now, and then starting from there to other things you want to change in your life. Other things you want to change in your life. Just by visualizing. Like I gave the other methods, it's all on my other videos, but we'll give this method again. And that is, whenever you are going for some place, in a court case, or you're going someplace that you want some party to accept what you're trying to give to them or give you something. Let's say you go into court or you going to get some kind of loan or whatever. The first thing you do is that you take a ball of light. Now everything is based on imagination. Somebody say, I can take where you going to get the ball of light from? I'm like, this shit is in your mind, because if it's not in your mind, it's not real. If you can't think of it, it doesn't exist in the universe. That's why they say, watch your thoughts, because thoughts are things. And you can kill a person based on your thoughts. And the reason why they feared women is because a woman on her period can really hurt somebody. So they had to shut all that down and tell you that you're evil and all that old fucked up Muslim bullshit when you on your period. That's the most sacred time is when you on your damn period. You want your goddamn honey to do some shit, wait till she get on her ashe on her goddamn period. And that's when she can really do some fucking magic. But all these old faggot-ass Muslims and Christians and all these old male chauvinist pussies out here got you putting your woman on lockdown when she on the goddamn period. You see what I'm saying? That's the most powerful time when she can really do some shit is when she's on her period. You see what I'm saying? That's the time when the gateway to the moon opens. And on her moon monthly is the most powerful thing. It tells you that in the Book of Law, chapter 3. The most sacred blood is the moon monthly. You see what I'm saying? It's the menstrual blood. There was a whole book called Laura Owens' book, Her Blood is Gold. They took that shit right out of print. Then they had one, which was the baddest book on menstruation. They held it off for about 10 years, wouldn't put it back in print, about 10 or 15 years, and they finally had to put it back in print. That's when white women start complaining. It's a book called The Wise Wound. The Wise Wound by Peter Redgrove and Penelope Shuttle. Peter Redgrove, I talked about him in the other book. The Wise Wound. That's a book on menstruation and the power of menstruation. And a lot of the other books are written off of that book. So you get that, but that book came back in print in 2000 or late 99. The Wise Wound. On menstruation. All that Dracula stuff you see on TV is talking about the menstrual shit too. You see what I'm saying? A lot of that stuff you see on all that is also the menstrual blood. So even the Queen of the Damned, with all the stuff with her blood being sacred, that ain't nothing but the black woman's period. But that's the goddamn key. The black woman's period. You see what I'm saying? Because a woman put a book out called Dragon Time. Can't think of that woman's name. Telesco is her last name. It's out of print. But to talk about when the women be going through all of these mood swings, that's because of the production of melatonin, and melanin is very high. Because see, melanin secretes at night when you go to sleep. But if it starts secreting in the daytime, you get these moods and stuff because you're in and out of the zones and stuff, but that's a real high potent melanin time in the actual menstrual cycle. You see what I'm saying? But they talk about that whole, but that's the book, the definitive book out on that thing is the Wise Wound. Now the key is here is it doesn't matter if you stop having a menstrual cycle, you still have a period. You still have a cycle. You might not bleed, but you have a cycle just like men have cycles. Men have menstrual cycles too. They might not bleed. So the woman, when she gets 40 plus, 50 plus, and she gets to the point where she gets to change, she might not have a cycle, but she might not have the bleeding, but she still has a cycle. And so that's still a powerful time to do shit when you own your moon. Even if you don't bleed, you still have a cycle. Only thing you got to do is just calculate the times when you used to be on your menses. If you don't have it anymore, and you got it. You see what I'm saying? You got it. Now another thing happened with a woman 50 plus, because the 50 is called the 50 gates of understanding. She becomes very powerful, especially sexually also. Some real powerful things happen also sexually also in that particular stuff as far as those collars. That's why you always see the witch in society. When you see the witch in the thing, she's always an older woman. That's called a mother maiden crone. A mother maiden crone. There's a book called The Goddess in Older Women, celebrating the goddess, celebrating something women over 50. That's the 50 gates of understanding and stuff like that and all. You see what I'm saying? Now, I had a sister that I was dealing with, one that was 54. And I had to know some, my best black shit to deal with this motherfucker right here now on the sexual tip. Why? Because she never stopped screwing. So this motherfucker was a champion. So I had to come with my best black shit. This motherfucker boy was like, damn. I want you to do this. 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 So wasn't no damn coming too fast shit. I had to say, no, fuck that. I'm gonna come tomorrow. I'm gonna come in 2 days. So I didn't say fuck it. I gotta stop coming, period. You can do that. You get the best black shit. But see, you know, so she, man, that motherfucker was a damn champion. I'll go into some of the science on that sexual thing in a minute. But anyway, you know, she was a damn champion because she knew what to do. But she never stopped screwing. You see what I'm saying? So, shit, I had to come with my best black shit. But she said, I'm the best ever. I passed that goddamn test. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Now, okay. All right now. Okay, let's see a couple other things here. All right. I'm going to deal with some things here. Men made from the dust. Anytime you hear the men made from the dust, that's also the men made from the dust. That's Also the black mud, that's also the melanin. Anytime you hear that, the man made from dust, the dust is the black mud that fashioned Adam, that's also the melanin. Also, I just want to give a couple other things right here. Jeremiah in one of his books, Jeremiah in one of his books, Jeremiah Lectures, page 144, in his thing called The Devil of Darkness. He explains what the devil of darkness is. And in his books he said that the black man was Negroid within as well as Negroid outwardly. And the inner Negroidness became the backdrop or the prototype of the adversary, or what you call Satan. So what is the Negroidness on the inside? The Negroidness is talking about black on the inside, that's talking about melanin. So here it again is making an illusion that melanin is Satan or shadow. Get the movie Shadow Builders, Bram Stoker's Shadow Builders. Now, when we just went to go see this movie X-Men, I'm going to show you this picture here. And this movie X-Men that came out last week, and they got all these particular pictures on X-Men and all these white characters. They got one Asian, they got the white characters, but here they got Halle Berry, she got blonde hair, or white hair. Now, but in the movie they had a blue-black character. When you see the movie, and this character can turn into shadows, can turn into this smoke-like stuff and reappear. But he had these designs all over his body. And those designs, when you look closely, look like tribal marks. So that particular blue-black character was represented as a black person. And he had this black substance. He had this black substance. And this smoke that comes out. That's the black person, and he was the one that was the angelic person in the movie. Now, the key here is there's another movie called Bram Stoker's Shadow Builder, and it was this particular movie about this shadow that was killing everybody. That's that melanin. So all of that stuff there and stuff. So whenever you see that, the real mystery behind that whole Satan thing here is if they're not talking about some wicked and evil, and you're talking about polarities, and they're talking about energies, then Satan just means melanin. Just like Kundalini also means the devil. So it is these inward things that is the inner. Well, what is the inner? You got the outer world and you got the inner world. So hell just means the inner world. So any of the things that you see as far as what would be hell spawn, Satan, Satan's helpers, ghouls, goblins, these are nothing but the chakras, the Kundalini energy, melanin. All these things that you are relegating to being evil in mythology. They're just talking about the inner world or the underworld entities, which is talking about the inner aspect of the body. You see what I'm saying? Getting out of children's play and all this child shit you into. You see what I'm saying? Which ain't nothing but a Sunday morning disco. You see what I'm saying? What the fuck does, you know what I'm saying? All that shit we do in churches should have to do with the missions of God. You see, that's just some trained, socialized patterns that we have fallen into, and it ain't got shit to do with nothing spiritual. Because most religious people aren't spiritual. Because when they are confronted with spiritual things, they go running. And they're scared. You know what I'm saying? They go like, oh, well, you know, I believe in Jesus, so I don't believe in ghosts. You ever heard motherfuckers say that shit? I would say you ain't supposed to believe in things like that. Well, they got a motherfucker called the Holy Ghost, man.
Well,
wait a minute, hold on.
He's the Holy Ghost.
But he's the Holy, but if there's a ghost, by definition of the word, it has to come from a ghost. Although he's holy, he just means he's holy of the ghost. Well, if he's, okay, man, let's just check this out now. Let's see here now. If he's the Holy Ghost, that means that it's got to be, there's got to be a non-Holy Ghost, there's got to be something that's non-holy, and it's still got to be a damn ghost. Yeah. For him to be the holy of the damn ghost. See what I'm saying? I don't believe in that. I don't believe in